and who adopted 9 boys has been sentenced to 135 years in prison for sexually abusing several of them. 40-year-old Hayim Cohen pleaded guilty to multiple charges, including continuous sexual abuse of a child. He received 4 40-year sentences and a 15-year sentence, all to be served concurrently without the possibility of parole. As the judge issued the sentence, the judge told Cohen that he would die in prison. The investigation began after one of Cohen's adopted sons called into a podcast alleging years of abuse. Authorities say Cohen used his status as an adoptive father to groom and abuse the children in his care.
You're going to have to speak up for me. Are you pleading guilty because you are guilty?
Guilty.
Is that a yes? You're pleading guilty because you're guilty?
Yes.
Did you go over the paperwork with your attorney?
Yes.
Did he answer all your questions?
Yes.
Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes.
Are you a United States citizen?
Yes.
If you're not a citizen, I must tell you that a plea of guilty in this case, which you are charged in these cases, which you are charged in, may result in your deportation, exclusion from admission to this country, or your denial of naturalization under federal law. Knowing this, do you still want to proceed?
Yes.
State.
State offer states 1 in all 5 charges.
Without objection, all 5 charges.
With no objection made, I'll admit states 1 in all cases. With respect to cause number 1908138, I sentence you to 40 years in the Texas Department of Corrections. With respect to cause number 1808485, I sentence you to 40 years in the Texas Department of Corrections. In charge number 1808478, I sentence you to 40 years in the Texas Department of Corrections. In cause number 1808439, I sentence you to 40 years in the Texas Department of Corrections. And in cause number 165064, I sentence you to 15 years in the Texas Department of Corrections. Is there any reason why the sentence should not be fulfilled?
No, Your Honor.
With that said, you will be remanded to the Sheriff's Department, where they will send you to the Texas Department of Corrections to fulfill these sentences given to you. Are these to run together?
They are to run together, Your Honor.
And am I getting dismissals on the other cases?
You will, Judge. We have victim impact statements to be made at a later date when we get 2 other children into Houston.
That is our understanding, Your Honor.
Okay. So with that said, you're going to be remanded to the Sheriff's Department to fulfill your sentence. You realize that you're never going to get out of prison. You're going to die in prison. You understand that? 40 years? How old are you?
I don't know.
You know how old you are.
I've discussed these sentences, the fact that there are 40 years with Mr. Cohen. He does understand.
I know he understands that. I know you understood everything I've said to you from the beginning to the end. You ran an interesting con, sir. You violated all these young boys, and you're here today facing justice. And whatever age you are, plus 40 years, chances are you get out are very slim to none, and you deserve that sentence. You understand that, right? All right. Thank you. Yes, sir.
Can I pop Jacob Vela on this new...
Good Erev Shabbos, everybody. I trust you had an amazing week and that your Shabbos preparations are going super smooth. Okay, what is this rant all about? Well, last week I had taken my kiddos, 5 or 6 of them, to their well child checkup. If you don't know, I'm a little OCD about making sure my kiddos are getting their well child checkups, their dental appointments, etc. And as I'm there, the doctor, who's been our pediatrician for years, amazing pediatrician, she was going over the normal things like your routine, your, what do we do, or daily things. And I started to go over them, and I'm thinking, wait, I'm explaining about how we're juggling speech therapy, physical therapy, occupational therapy, alongside their counselor and psychiatrist. And to add to that, their weekly activities with the Houston Police Explorers, the Boy Scouts, their volunteer work, and most importantly, their education and working to schedule the tutors in and just juggling all these things. And as I'm telling her, she stops and says, wow, that's quite a bit to work through. How do you do it? But I started to think, I left there, everything was well, the kids are all doing good. And in the car, I'm driving home, I'm thinking, wow, I do quite a bit. But that's me. And for me, it's normal. It's juggling 3 meals a day for 10 people is normal. It's become very easy. And so there I am, I get home, and yesterday I received a call that was like, boom, one of those wow. And I thought to myself, just made me think even more of the importance of doing you. What am I talking about? I'm saying that, I'm looking to the past and where I was just even a year or 2 years ago, and I'm thinking on the focuses I had then. I've always had my mission and my goals and what I believe in, but then I was thinking about how I was and the importance of where I got today. And the way I got to where I am today is by doing me. For many, many, many years, guys, I really focused on doing everybody else. There's really no way else to put it. It is a very emotional thing. It's very difficult. I believe strongly in the Torah. I believe strongly in our traditions and customs. But I believed so strongly that it was so easy to do everybody but me. And now I've really put in perspective in my life the importance of doing Hayim, of really putting our family first, of putting myself first. I want to give you an example so that you're not like, what is he talking about? Years ago, and even up until last year, I can say, things as simple as how long are your payas made such a big difference? Are they curled to the left or to the right? Are they frontwards or backwards? Sitzes, are they perfectly aligned out or in a specific position? Smartphones were just like, oh my goodness, a smartphone? No way, not happening. By the way, guys, we still don't have a TV, but that's aside the point. And I'm actually going to show you guys, this was actually my phone up until about last year or so. I had my little flip phone. And I think to myself, those things were so important because they mattered to other people. And I'm not saying that they didn't have value for me. It was very important. It really did make me who I am now, and did and does help me on my journey and path to succeed in my mission and what I believe, and in helping the orphans and helping to stop child abuse and bringing a mission out there. This is what it's all about. So anyways, so today when I woke up, I'm starting the challahs, I'm starting everything, and I start thinking, I want to speak to my friends, my family, and everybody out there and let you know that those things are important and they make a very big difference. They matter, but they only matter if it's you.